Hello and welcome to Ellen Ruth Soap. I'm Ellen and today I am making a banana soap, a goat milk banana and oats soap to be specific. And the fragrance that I'm using is banana coconut from Wholesale Supply Plus. And you can smell the coconut in here a little bit, but to me it's mostly just like a tropical banana scent. So, and I wanted to do a goat milk oat type soap. So anyway, we're just rolling with the whole foodie theme. I'm going to do double the amount of colloidal oats that I normally do. I normally do 2 tablespoons. I'm going to do 4 tablespoons of colloidal oats, and I'm going to top it with a little bit of oats on top just to kind of bring the whole theme. And I want to keep this more on kind of the natural foodie side. So for colorant, I'm going to use this organic turmeric powder, which is, it's such a gorgeous color, but it doesn't stay this color in soap. It darkens to sort of a orangey brownish. In soap, it's still beautiful. And then I'm also going to, because you know, when you make banana bread, it has like little brown speckles from the inside of the banana. So I am going to put this walnut hull powder. I buy this in bulk, and it's a gentle exfoliant. So I'll put this in everything because I want the soap to have little speckles in it. And what else? It's going to be a goat milk soap, so I'm going to get my goat milk all prepped. And okay, so I have made banana soaps using whole bananas before, and it was wonderful. But it had, it was a little spottier than I wanted, and maybe I didn't puree it smooth enough. It was a fabulous soap, but I did do a banana soap using this powder, and it's what I'm going to use again today. It's just banana powder from Wholesale Supply Plus, and it's I have it out right now, ready to go. It's basically dehydrated bananas is what it is, and it's easy to work with in your soap. It blends really smoothly. So anyway, that is the banana portion. So this will actually have bananas in it in the powder form, and that is what I've got going on today. I'm going to get my hair pulled back and get all my prep work done, and we'll come back and make some wonderful goat milk banana oat soap. So before I get my frozen goat milk in my pitcher here, I am going to try, because my banana powder, I'm in Tennessee, it's very humid, it's sort of solidified. But this has a lot of natural sugars in it because this is just dehydrated bananas. So I'm going to put this little chunk of banana powder and my cane sugar in here with a little distilled water, measure that out off the liquid portion of my goat's milk, and try to get those all dissolved before I add my frozen goat's milk. All right, there, it's a little chunk of banana. And then for this recipe, I'll use 1 tablespoon of my organic cane sugar, and I'm just going to add a couple ounces, maybe 4 ounces or so of distilled water in there to get this dissolved, and then I'll put my goat's milk in and we'll get moving on to the lye portion. All right, so I've got all my oils here, and I'm going to add my additives, and because this is a banana and oats, this is my organic colloidal oats, and I normally just put 2 tablespoons, but I'm going to put 4 tablespoons in here. I'm going to double it so it's very oaty. Oaty. Did I say that right? Oaty. All right, so there's my oats. I'm going to put in my regular 2 tablespoons of kaolin clay. And I want this black walnut hull powder in everything for little specks. So I'm just going to put, maybe a teaspoon in there. And we'll get that all blended up, and then we'll move forward with our lye solution. All right, we're ready to get adding our goat milk lye solution. Let me tell you about this. The banana powder, it was harder to soften up than I thought. I actually had to take out a little of the water and heat it up in the microwave to get the banana powder all melted. It was pretty rock solid, but it smells great. Once I got it reconstituted, it's fabulous, but it turned my lye goat milk solution brown like an overripe banana. So I actually added a little bit of titanium dioxide in here to lighten it up. Even though the scent doesn't discolor, I didn't want it to be so brown that we wouldn't notice the turmeric swirl in there. So anyway, and with the black walnut hull, I just wanted to lighten it up a little. So that's what's going on in here, and it still has a very nice creamy beige color, but I am going to run it through the strainer just in case I have any chunks of that banana powder. So the key on the banana powder, it's fabulous, but either use it quickly or keep it in a really dry place. If I ever get it again, I'll take one of those little, you know, those little silicone pods you get in things to keep them dry. I probably would just throw one of those in there to help keep the humidity down in it. So anyway, definitely was salvageable. Smells great. This fragrance smells great. I'm not really picking up a lot of coconut in it right now. We'll see after the cure, of course. Fragrances do morph after saponification sometimes, but it's very banana-y. Very tropical smelling, or just, I don't know, yummy. Not like banana bread though, but more like fresh bananas. Sorry, I'm kind of off to the side here. So just trying to get all my milk. I don't want any milk solids left. I don't want any banana chunks left. So I just like to run it through the strainer here and make sure nice and smooth is what we want. Go. Get this out of the way. And I'll just give this a little hand stir and then split off for our turmeric. And I'll stick blend as needed. And then also, I think I'm just going to do an in the pot swirl. Keep it just simple, really just focusing on the wonderful bananas and oats of this. Smells great. All right, I'm going to throw my stick blender in here. It's a big pot. I want to make sure it's all blended really well. There we go. I love this color. It kind of looks like the color of banana bread to me. There we go. Now I'm going to just pour a little off here. Not a little, I'm going to pour a good amount off for my turmeric. Which, oh man, I wish it stayed that beautiful yellow color that it is, but it doesn't. It turns to a very sort of toasty brownish color. It's still really gorgeous, but I wish it stayed that color. But no. All right. Put a nice tablespoon in there. Give that a little blend. Actually, while I'm over here, because we go lightest to darkest, I'm going to blend this just a little more before I blend that, and then we'll do our in the pot swirl. All right, it's the next day. It's been about 24 hours on our wonderful banana oats soap, and it's a little dull on top, and it does have the oats, so I definitely don't want to rinse it under hot water, so I'm going to go ahead and use my little handy steamer here. I've just plugged it in and turned it on, and I'm waiting for it to get up to a boil and start steaming, and I'll show you how I shine up the tops here. All right, you can see the steam coming off of here, I think, and just hold it, you know, maybe an inch or two away, and just go real slow over the surface. And you can see it sort of getting a wet sheen to it. And that's all it takes. And then I'll just let this air dry for maybe 20 minutes, half hour, up to an hour. It'll be dry to the touch, and then we'll get into the splitting and cutting. All right, it's been about an hour. I let this dry. I don't know if you can pick up the sheen on there. It just looks glossy and not dull. So that's the steaming. Let's get it out of the mold and see how those turmeric swirls came out. Oh, I love the black walnut hull in there. It's really pretty. Let's get into these wonderful banana soaps, and I have them with the oat side down to help reduce drag marks. Oh, that turmeric swirl is very just subtle but pretty. I like these. I think they look toasty and pretty. I'm very happy with them. So anytime I have botanicals or something on top, I just sort of bop it a little bit and let the loose stuff come off that's not going to stick, and then I go ahead and take my beveler here, which is a KitchenAid vegetable peeler. I like this. It's kind of it's very sturdy, and it makes just a very smooth, very even bevel on all the edges because it's more comfortable. I have showered with a soap that I didn't bevel, and I found the corners really sharp and almost hurting on my skin. So this makes a smooth, more comfortable bar in the shower. And then I pick a side that I want to stamp and spritz my stamp with rubbing alcohol, and that just helps release it. You don't need to do that, but this is just what works for me, so I don't mess with a good thing. And tap it and see how hard the bar is, and release, and I get a nice crisp impression, and it's all beveled, so this bar is ready to go to the curing rack. It's all finished. All right, now that they're all beveled, I lay them on their sides and get ready to stamp.